Hello, gamers. Oh, sheesh. Welcome back to another amazing live stream of yours truly. How are we all doing today? It is time. We are starting a new game, and I know what you might be thinking. Girl, don't you have enough games started? Well, actually, that's neither here nor there. To be fair, I don't think I have like a ton. Let me look. Because right now I'm in the middle of Persona 5, Kingdom Hearts 2, which I need to grind in that game, so we can't really play that until I do that. Technically, Battle Block Theater, but I feel like we're close to that being near the ending. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which, again, I need to grind in before I can even continue that. LA Noire, Danganronpa V3, Professor Layton. God, I have a love-hate relationship with that game. The World Ends With Us. Ooh, last time I did that I was asked, so I'm gonna assume I need to grind in that game as well. Who knows when we'll be back to that. Ace Attorney we played not too long ago. Yakuza Kiwami 2. Y'all know I was feeling that game, but I forced myself not to, for your benefit. Hello, Robin. Hello, Sierra. Hello, Hydro. What is that emote? Is that a bee? Just a bee? I don't know. I think that's all the games I'm in the middle of. If I'm missing one, oopsies, you know. But yeah, none of those games were hitting, so we had to start with a different one, basically. Basically, what had happened was oh my gosh. Hold on a minute. Okay, sorry. I had to fix something. All right, let me switch this over to the gamer screen, and also give you desktop audio, and also pause the lo-fi beats. It's really funny. The reason why I didn't even realize that this was a game that I could play, because up until about 5 minutes ago, I didn't even realize that this was a game that was in my Steam family share, because apparently at some point, and by at some point I mean exactly on October 31st, as that's when Steam says it was added to their game list, my sister bought Stanley Parable, which was very ironic considering I think it was Black Blue who's like, oh, would you ever play that game? Or like, have you ever seen it? So I was like, the timing, bro, was there. And I was asking, I was like, what should I play? We should play. This just seemed like the move. It just, it was fate on all fronts. But yeah, let's pick English. Love some good subtitles. And unfortunately, English is the only language I can read well. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? Now this is a tricky question because I haven't played myself, but I've seen it be played. Not this version of it, but like I said, I was there when Stanley Parable was like just a Gmod thing. You know what I mean? Like made in that kind of like engine. So I'm like, does that count? I don't know. Should I say no or yes? Lily Picton, yeah, where is he? That's what I'm saying. Where's Blood at, huh? You gotta spam Lily and tell them to come. Let's go, Ashley. Ashley truly the GOAT, because I wouldn't be playing half the games that I have without her. No. Okay, I'll pick no then. I've never played before. It's my first day. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Listen, I'm a streamer, so I'm gonna actually hike that up. But thanks, though. Listen, I've never had this be a thing that wasn't in a horror game. Realism. Please enter the current time. It is currently 6:13 p.m., not a.m. How do I... Oh, dang, bro. Do I really gotta... There we go. Here, let me wait till it turns 6:14 for accuracy. Hold on. I actually don't know when it just turned 13, so I need to have my realism. I need it to be, like, accurate. Ooh, while I'm here, my phone's at 79. Let me plug her in. So, how are you guys doing? Me? No, yeah, I'm pretty good. You know, I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm living. I'm loving. I'm laughing. I'm learning. That kind of thing. Okay, confirm. Wait, did I say? Okay, it said PM. For a second, I thought that should say AM. I was like, I'm gonna cry. You think I should play this with a controller? Controller vibrations on. I could play with a controller. Let's see. I'm gonna preemptively turn this down a little. We'll do this and see what happens. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427
Guys, would you do this?
and he pushed
Low-key, I
buttons on
would.
a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
I know, like, throw on some music, a
exactly
podcast, maybe in a
for this
YouTube
job.
video.
And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Yes, dear. Okay. Hello?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
$420, finally. My office, my true office. Damn. Dang, who's dropping? I hate Mondays, bro. Real. Honestly, do I want to play with a controller? I don't know. I think it feels. Oh, dang! So well, now my mouse is just on the screen. All right, plug the controller back in. Cause I'm like, damn, ew, bro. I don't want my mouse just on the screen. I don't know if that's a setting or what, but you know, just plug the controller back in. I've made my bed. Now I've got to lie in it. Where am I going? I wasn't listening. Ooh. Ooh. It's a little sensitive. Hold on. Oh, camera sensitivity.
And he came to a set of two open doors.
No, that's too slow. Sorry, narrator.
He entered the door on his left.
The door, guys. Okay, this is the question now. Do we want to do like the good boy route and listen, or what are we feeling? Because if it's up to me, I listen. I go with what the game tells me to do because it makes me feel bad otherwise. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Well, like when I'm watching those people play like Amanda the Adventurer and they're like, you know, purposely like going against what she's saying. I'm like, bro, just listen to her, please. What did he say? The one on the left? What happens if you go through the other door? I'm assuming he's gonna get mad at me, right? What does he say if I just stand here? Oh, he locked the door. Bro, hold on. My door opened by itself. The ghosts are at it again. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay. Well, we don't want that happening. Be emo is crazy. Okay, let's go. 413. Oh my god. Homestuck. La 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 la.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Damn, I should
Stanley
have taken this
decided to go
into
up to his
consideration.
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header. And throw some bevel on all the text, bruh. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Oh my gosh. What a great presentation. What does this say? To do, synergize, core value, expenditures, shift global market, monetize free to play. They 100% do that. And what about this? Is this lore? Show me the lore. Things, money, more money, things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs about things and money. Pie quarterly post review. A lot of percent. Teenagers, size of demographic. Space between the teenagers. That's fair. What and is this more? Targets. Yeah, this is basically what it's like. Meeting. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Okay. What are your dreams for the future? Pollution. Comatose. Less air is crazy. Okay. Broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Listen, I'm just there's a red light down there. Red means scary. You know, maybe I'll go upstairs.
Yippee, Stanley.
Yo, Lily with the 2 months resub with Prime. Rah, thank you so much. Listen, this is for you, Pookie. Okay, so what do we have up here? We got the executive bathroom. Dude, you could take a mean shit on that. Dang, this is really nice. Look, this is where his little secretary sits. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
That being?
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Jeez. I mean, guys, what would you do if you were in this situation? I'd just go home. To be honest. I'd be like, nobody's here? Alright, I'm leaving then. I would just assume, like, damn, I guess I missed the memo and, like, there's actually no work today. Dude, a generator! Guys, it's just like Dead by Daylight. Oh my god! Oh my god! Nah, because I can assure you right now, I would not be walking into this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'd be going home. Cause he's really scary. No. No. OMG, we're so lucky, guys. Tee.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We don't believe this, right? This escape. I'm not believing that. I'm gonna be a good noodle, and I'm gonna do the story as intended. And by as intended, I mean as intended by the narrator, not by the game devs. The game devs absolutely want you to go off the beaten path, but I'm a good noodle, and I'm gonna do what the narrator tells me to. What's all this then?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh, shit.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't know. I guess so. Do I? Hello? Clipboard with meaningless information. Oh, here we go.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom
Fired.
meant
Look,
nothing.
it says fired. Where's 69, bro? Y'all spot it? Damn, it's gone. Wow. That's rough. What am I doing? Do I try to go? Do I have to go back? Oh no, this is a different one. Oh, it closed the other one and opened this one. Sorry. Sorry. I thought this one was the one that I came from. That's why I didn't try to go down it. That was my bad. Hey, oopsies. What's this?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
There's 69 right there. Dude, I wish I was employee number 420. Rude. Alright, let's step on this little thing.
He refused to believe it.
This is
He
giving
couldn't
that one
accept
area in
it.
Resident Evil
His
5.
own life in someone else's control? Never.
But with the
It was
pods instead
unthinkable,
of the screens.
wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
It's kind of
But
dark
here was
in
the
here.
proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Guys, I don't know. I'm kind of weak. I don't think I'm strong enough for all of this. Like, I would have been gone home for real. 5. Mind control status. Mind controls idle, awaiting input. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
Oh, wow.
The feeling
You guys
of
Talon
liberation,
clans over there.
the immense possibility of the new path before him.
Imagine Spotted Sky
This
with
was
this voice.
exactly
Oh,
the way,
that'd be crazy.
right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Beat the game. Award for getting any other achievement as your first. It's crazy. Ooh, okay, so we get to just go back from here. All right, now, guys, we get to be a naughty child. We've seen the basic bitch ending. Now we get to go crazy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That was weird that I could turn that screen off. And I can't turn it back on. That's weird. Is that weird, or am I thinking into this? I'm gonna say, I don't think any of these doors can open. Awaiting input. Can I? Look, and this one doesn't even have a button on it. That's so weird. Why could I turn that one screen off? This one I can turn off too. Is that something? Do y'all think that's something? Is this lore? I don't know. I don't know. Now I need to like look at every single screen.
When
Red
Stanley
light,
came to a set
Lego,
of two
red
open
light district.
doors,
Oh, at the
he
bottom of
entered
the
door on his
stairs.
left.
All right, that means we have to follow the normal thing and up until that point.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, I will do this. Just kidding.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right, we're getting spoopy. Lore. Let me pick it up. It's not actually something I can pick up. I wish, though, because it looks like it would be. Ooh. Parking
But
garage.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Damn.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife.
I have a wife?
And my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
The children yearn for the buttons. Red light district.
Okay.
Crazy? I was crazy once. Where am I? Oh, I walked myself in the corner.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Is this my wife?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Damn, bro, so I died and they just left my ass on the sidewalk? That is crazy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set
Alright,
of
we're
two
hitting the
open
second
doors, this
door.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let's go this way. I know there's still some choices we could make on the other route, but I figured we'll go like between them, so it's not like same, you know?
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
It's a weird
Stanley
break room.
simply
There's
stood
not even
here,
a microwave.
drinking it all in.
There's not even a microwave in here. There's one vending machine, and it's only for drinks, bro.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I mean, you know what? I didn't even get a chance to look at all the paint. Look at this one's really nice. This one's really nice. He's
At
pictures
this
some
point,
leaves.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Look at this one's the ocean.
It's possible
What
that
ocean do you
this
think
is
this
why
is?
everyone left.
Dang, I wish I could open the windows and see the view outside. And what time is it?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
100% the Atlantic. What time? Wait, what time is this? Like 11 something, 12 something, 11, right? 11, 20 or something. Do you guys think there's hidden dialogue in here? Here, and what's this one? I can't really get close to it. But it's some fields and a fence. The way, Sierra, you and I can all see it, the Atlantic Ocean. You know, there's probably no secret dialogue in here. But part of me is like, no, just sit here some more. And I would, if it was just like me playing by myself, I probably would. I'd probably just throw down my controller in here and then like scroll on TikTok.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room.
Because
and
y'all
took
are
the
here,
first
well-
open door on his left to get back to business.
Well, I don't want to go to the meeting room, so...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? Alright.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Sorry.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who, my wife? my wife. Every time my friend sends me pictures of her flame point cat, I cry because he truly has no thoughts in the head. As always, I sang. Sorry, I had to take a sip of my drink. As always, I sang with you. We sounded great. Oh my god, when are we gonna start our band? Y'all should go on the road with the singing act, not gonna lie. See? Bro, I didn't even read that before I said what I said. Do it for her. And it's actually... never mind. I was gonna say some dumb Yakuza shit again. A urgent employee should never, under any circumstances, attempt... Well, I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. Another generator! Fuck, I blew it up! Alright, I'll go through your door. Hello? Oh, jeez.
That's her, Stanley.
Hello?
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay. Hello? Oh. That timing was immaculate. Holy shit.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
My wife.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside.
I'm a loser.
Let me show you what's really going on here.
I don't even have a wife. What? Is this like employee housing? Why is it for my same? Guys, I bet you I could go backwards. Guys, do we go in? We'll go in. We'll follow what he wants for now.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
There's no reason for me to go on. What am I fighting for?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Dude, it's just
Now
like a
he's
rhythm game
pushing a
minus the
button.
music.
Now he's eating lunch.
Me right now.
He's going
Lol.
home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went
Pressed
further.
down
He
to press
imagined that he
it to
came to
spend time
two
with the
open
boys is
doors
crazy.
and that he could go through either. At last, choice It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh, dude, I do think I remember that ending.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely.
Guys, should I do another DS stream? We play like 3 different DS games or something? What y'all think? We can revisit our babies, our babysitting. Bro, I still Listen, y'all who aren't into my Warrior Cats RP, you won't know, but there was a question today where we had to like, what game would our different cats play? And for one of them, I said that they would play Imagine Babies because they were really into taking care of the babies. And I was like, he'd be taking his babysitting duty seriously. We got to see again. You know, everyone's favorite babysitter. But yeah, we could play Imagine Babies. We could I have other games too. I just can't think of them. Guys, we could play Hannah Montana. I have a Hannah Montana game. Actually, I have a few. One of them I started playing and it's very like touch screen focused, so it's very hard for me to do. Cuz like you would think that actually is not hard to do like touch screen with like a mouse. It is. It's very clunky when compared to like actually drawing, in quotes, like drawing with your hand, like on a physical DS. This is a surprise. Hello, Black Blue. Listen, I was just talking about how you mentioned it. And I know you might think, did you just like buy this or something? No. I didn't realize that my sister, because me and my sister family share on Steam, I did not realize that she bought this game. She bought like the Ultra, whatever version this is, the Ultra Deluxe. Because I was just like, none of my games were hitting. And so I was like, dang, what's something I could play? I was like, okay, we got Little Miss Fortune. We got What Remains of Edith Finch. And then I scrolled and I saw the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. And I was like, huh? I was like, when did we get this? And it was a resounding yes from Lily and Sierra, who I asked what I should play. And now we're playing this. I was like, the timing is crazy. Because I didn't even know that I had it. like it was an option. I was like, this must be fate. Like, you brought it up and then I noticed that I had it. Yeah, it's literally a happy surprise that I already had it. I was like, oh my god, it's crazy. So we just did the basic ending where you follow what the guy says, and then we got basically the insanity ending where I went crazy and died.
There's an answer down some new path.
Oh, and now he's berating me.
Snappy? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Please press up to tell your wife you love her. Isn't that not what you guys are doing? Oh my
But
god.
there is no answer.
Oh my god.
How could there possibly be?
My wife.
In reality, all he's
She's a
doing is
desk.
pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And
Press
I'm trying
triangle
to
to go
tell
to
him
sleep.
this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Fuck you. What if I don't do it? He love push button. Listen, he love a push a button, please. See, they're making me. I'm not doing it because I want to. He's forcing me. He's forcing me. No. No, I won't push it. I won't push it. See, they're making me. I do love a push a button, you know?
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can
That's
I
how
tell
it's
him
the
in a
only way I
way
can
that he'll
progress the
understand that
game.
every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Please press to question nothing. Whoa.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please die.
And I tried.
Yo, me. Damn, y'all.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Speed
What
run.
did it mean?
Yahoo!
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
We should find 420. It's right there. It's right there.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
No, I gotta open the doors. Open this. Let me in.
FBI, open up!
Wait. Dude, this has got to be the worst office, bro.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Oh, number one, Dad. I thought that said I, Dad. I'm like, you sure are, pal. I, Dad. Dang, this just got a pencil sharpener and a lamp. That's sad. Yo, they got the Neo phone over here. Who farted? Who farted? What the Sigma? What the Ligma? How do I get in there? Open this door. Expeditiously.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That's the intern desk. They don't trust the intern with anything. That's so real.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Blah, blah,
Stanley
blah, blah.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, I didn't realize you could actually go in
Stanley
here.
stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he
The door
turned
actually
around
opened. I
and got
wasn't
back
expecting
on
that.
track. There
That's
was
so-
nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
This is the only door that's opened when I've tried to open it.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
He really said he's doing fuck all. All these people leaving their computers on,
really
no
still in
security.
the
They
broom
really just
closet?
don't care.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Because it's nice in
Please
here.
offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely
Oh, bro, I'm talking to
confused.
chat. I'm talking to chat. What do you want from me? Jeez. What if this was all a prank our
You do
coworkers are
realize
playing on
there's
us?
no
That'd be so
choice
cruel.
or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance
Well,
to the
why
story
was it unlockable then?
whatsoever.
No,
I never
well, why
would
was it
have thought to mention
unlockable
it.
then? Or they're planning a surprise party.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
This is me right now to you
I
guys.
hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Wait, you guys know that TikTok audio where it's like, no, because you know people only do this because they're stupid, they're fat, and they're ugly. That's really him right now. Wait, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Hold on. They're eating the dogs. No, not that one. Hold on. Where is it?
Are you at all then when you get hate? Or like you don't care anymore? I don't care. Like they're always ugly. They're always either ugly or fat or losers. I'm sorry, I always say, let me see your side profile, let me see your body, let me see your tax returns and your bank statement before you come for me. Because it's the truth. If you are hot, if you have money, and if you are, then you are not gonna have time to troll. You just don't. I can't imagine going on someone's page, watching a YouTube video and trolling them. Like, I just don't have time. Does it bother you at all then when you get hate? Or like you don't care anymore? I don't care. Like they're always
ugly. They're always ugly.
Fat or losers.
They're always ugly, fat, or losers. That's literally the narrator right now. It's like Stanley's like, does it bother you that like I'm not, following the story as intended? And the narrator's like, no, like I don't even care. But like it's literally because you're like ugly, fat, and a loser. QM is saying some crazy things right now.
That all with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a
Listen,
very
it's okay. I
definite
provide
conclusion about what's
the
going on right
memes
now.
for you, Black
You're
Blue.
dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct
he
another
did.
human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Do you think you think he's gonna say something to me? You know, I don't think it's fair for the narrator to force us out of the closet. Yeah, we'll come out when we're ready. Oh, yeah. Sex workers. It's the polite way to say it. The person in front of the computer is dead. Yippee! Do you think he's all done? I'll never trust that he's done. Like, is this a test right now to test me? Or is it like with the room where I don't think he was actually going to say anything else? I'm like, I never know what's a trick and what's not. I think this is all. He could be tricking me, but it's okay.
Second player. It's good to have you on board.
Hello.
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
What if I go back in?
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I was already thinking of that, Lily. The way he talks about the closet ending makes me think there is no ending here. Yeah, I don't think there is, but it's funny to fuck with him. Oh, I don't think he's gonna say anything else. And if I go past that door, it's definitely gonna shut. All right, I'll go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
He's throwing a tantrum now. Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna say anything anymore. We hurt his feelings. You guys are brutal. I'm trying to think. We could wait. Yeah, there is another branch we can go over here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Was it 4
what
5
could it
5 4?
mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody.
Nope.
Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible.
Sorry.
He didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Sorry.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Sorry. This is some good calming New Age music. Wait, but it's the fact that I remembered it. Like, y'all should be proud of me.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Stanley Parable, an exercise in how much you can annoy a storyteller. Diagnosed by Stanley Parable is crazy. You didn't even let him speak, poor fella.
Stanley walked straight ahead
You guys
through the
can't be
large door
siding
that
with him
read
now.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Sorry, Mr. Narrator, I'll leave. Just kidding. I want to see what violent death I get. It's gonna be an execution. Oop, boop, 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 boop.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
You know, best way to break the cycle is to die. Yippee! I will always say with you, think spooky. Time for violent death. Violent death is my favorite kind. Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Which is crazy.
So he resigned
Wording
and
it that
willingly
way.
accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye. Dude, what if we I was literally Danganronpa 1. I was like, we're Makoto right now.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator.
Alter
as Stanley
ego!
was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh my god, call me Makoto Naegi, bro. Dude, call me Makoto Naegi. I just got saved by alter ego.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created
Girl, I'm
for
in
you
Castle
long in
Oblivion right
advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This is cute. The two doors. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable design. I remember. This is like iconic. Once the room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Oh my god, guys, these are the filing cabinets. Oh my gosh. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in good time. Office layout. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development through the core layout, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Oh my god. Computer. Stanley, this is specifically my computer. A narrator for the narrator. Literally. Museum time. Okay, listen, these are all the paintings. Nature ones. Oh my god, dude, it's like literally. God. Look, you've got like the Talon clan pictures. This could be like fucking I don't know, this was Whisper clan, bro. You got Leaf clan. And then Sunset clan. Meta places, first of many. You were just in an office, yeah, and now I'm in here. The office. Wow. Button sounds. A selection of sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and synthesized tone. Oh. Oh. I like number 5. That's kind of quirky. Office computers. Okay. Installation. Dude! Solitaire! Employee database. Love me some solitaire. Based on the work of the Stanley Parable 2013 team. Is it different people? I didn't realize. Huh. Oh, the maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. The office. This is just a copier, printer. I don't know if it like loops. So I'm like, I don't know if I should go back and forth or what. No void or no video game, only morality. Why did I say void? Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. Okay. Office clock. Okay. Oh. This is sprawling. The lounge. Underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game. Oh. And look at the escape room. Is different.
Button.
You know, I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna wait to go in that one, personally. Let me go up. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. I feel like I remember that. Ooh. Ooh. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. That was scary. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in the beta. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down and placed the two endings together instead. Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. Window. Zending. The screenshots depict an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. Huh. Zending levers. These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever, and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. The game is now paused. Escape menu. What does it look like now? I forget. Yeah, not too different. For a long time, we only had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which is frustrating for everyone. Oh my god. This is like, I feel like I'm in the back rooms right now. Where am I? Apartment timer. Previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending. A timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. The cargo lift. I literally feel like I'm in like a Stanley Parable back rooms. Lounge. Warzone. What the fuck? Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting the build that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Bruh. People be cry baby sometimes. Oh my gosh. From Montgomery Joe. What is all this then? Narrator emails. After the second trailer we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these for further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. I have a question for you today. What is it? Oh, gosh. Skeletons inside of you. They're more okay. Ooh. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second March 2012, and the third February 2013. Wow, we got two. Huh. game design mock-up. I feel like with all museums, they should put directional arrows on the wall, for real. Okay. Oh. I didn't see that there. Okay. Let's go in this one side room we didn't go in. And then I think we'll have seen everything. I think. In this portion.
Then he pushed the number 4.
Oh my gosh. Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. Poor guy. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. Stanley walked through the green door. Fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course,
What a spooky little room.
You'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it.
It's like, dang. It's like, hey. The voices, I'm gonna go crazy. That's probably how he felt having to read them again and again. I mean, he does a great job as a narrator, though. Alright, exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Are we shipping Stanley the narrator?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Oh!
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I mean, I could have closed the game, but what would that have done for me? I chose to let it happen. Because, you know, I closed the game, then that's it.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
I chose not to choose. Pretty much. I've never played Undertale. So I haven't learned anything.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Just checking. Clearly, that's the issue.
Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Yeah, sure. You played the Undertale route and Henry Stickmin. That's
Let's
good
see,
enough.
we went down,
Lol.
right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes.
Up, up, down,
I've
down,
got
left,
it
right, left,
now.
right.
This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay, you lying, bro?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
You told me to go
Quick,
this
Stanley,
way.
Close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Are we in the Matrix? What do you,
When Stanley...
Wait.
Wait, what?
um...
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No, I didn't do
Did you move
nothing.
the story somewhere, or... Hold
No.
on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Many doors.
Let's find the story.
Why would you have an open door that I can't go behind? Alright, what door do we want to go, guys? Do we want to go this door? This door? That? Definitely not these two. Or this one. So, left, right 1. This is right 1, and then this is right 2. Left, the one next to the chairs.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on.
Oh,
I can
relax.
promise you there definitely was a story here before.
All right, we want left.
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this.
Do you
Okay,
wanna
let's
go
give
through
it a
that
shot.
door or
Why
over
not?
here? Oh, sorry, no, he's restarting the game. Never mind.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
I
decided
took
to go
too
to the
long,
meeting
that's my
room.
bad.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, there's no doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
It
I
got
might be
worse.
remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
This way? Oh, okay. Can I open this door? 420. Keep going back. Things are looking a little weird out there.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. It's looking kind of
Now
ugly
this-
in here.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
Me either.
Is this the
actually.
story? I don't think so.
I don't.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
That yes.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how
This is a
about
little bit
this?
embarrassing for him.
You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot
He
of hard
literally
work,
is.
and
He
really
fit
paid
right
off.
into
So,
the errands.
Good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
The Stanley Parable adventure line.
All right, I've got a solution.
Okay.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line.
Right.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oh, okay. You know, I'm following the line, so...
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though,
yes, dear.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize.
Yeah.
Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
You know, I think I do need that.
Wait, cut the music.
What?
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Okay.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Chat, remember this. This feels like adventuring music. I mean, we certainly are adventuring. I'm following the line very closely, as you can tell. I love your commitment to not only follow the line, but to stay on it at all times. Listen, you know, I just felt like cheating if I didn't, you know?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Fern.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sure. Are we about to start an RP?
Now, yes, this
That line
is
is an
exciting.
anarchist.
Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
A love
Go wild.
story.
Use your imagination.
Where you become
Whatever it
sentient
might be,
and
Stanley,
we go on a
I'm ready
honeymoon
for it.
vacation. That's what I want, Mr. Narrator.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay. He said I'm not allowed to talk to the line, so I'm trying to avoid it where I can. Okay, it's gone.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Okay.
From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Yes, dear.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
They led to the same place.
Confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
The narrative is
now,
gone after a
according
long
to the
time.
schedule,
Stanley
I
dies. I
restart
don't know if I
again.
want
Then
that.
what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't
Has it
do
been
it.
17
won't
minutes? I don't
do
actually
it.
know if that's true.
And the timer stopped?
Huh?
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
It's just me and you
I guess
here,
now
pal.
we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
Oh, we could have found
so
a
I hope that's where we
bookstore.
are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Oh, I think they force restarted us. Boys, I'm anxious.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Interesting, don't you agree?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oops. Have we... I think we're on a different cycle now. Oh! Oh!
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Oh. Huh. I broke it. It's all gone.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013
I do remember.
on home computers.
I do remember.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too. Me too, man. Let's see. Let's see.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yeah, I suppose. DLC time.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, there we go.
Oh.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content.
Yippee!
I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, I guess this is it. Yeah.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Listen, you're the one prejudging it, bro. Oh, sorry, it's behind me. Oh, wait,
All right, let's see. It's
the jump
the
circle.
jump circle.
Oh my god, I get to jump now. Wow. This is great. You couldn't jump before. Just in this circle, you can jump. Wow. Yippee! Should I be using all my jumps? Listen, I don't know. Can I jump other places? I guess let me save some jumps.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Should I use them all, you think? What if I need to jump in one specific place in the future? Do it. Aww. No, seriously, we disabled it. You can't jump. No, let me. I got an achievement for that though. What about this little cage over here? I'm coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. Use the jumps, Luke.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
Yeah.
It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
I don't know why I never face backwards knowing now that it's gonna open behind me. Thank you for enjoying
That's
the new
it?
content.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
I don't know. This is like flirting, right? Is it actually an achievement? I don't know. I'll have to look. I didn't look at it with any of the what? Dare I say this is not where I'm supposed to be? Let me look at there's 11 achievements. If you want to know. Yeah. Test achievement, please ignore. Also, I should have quit the game and then started again is a achievement. So Can I shut off my own computer? No, I can't. Hey, look, that's my normal view right there. Okay.
Psst.
Oh!
Stanley!
Why?
Come over here! In the vent! I want to
Okay.
show you something!
Okay. What? Coffee nut? Bro, what the fuck? Uh, 2 years ago when Twitter still existed for a few more months. Listen, I still call it Twitter.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got
Right.
me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Okay. 100% flirting, real. They also increased the duration for the Dome play for X amount of time one. That's so funny. I think it was 5 years with the original. Now it's 10. Hey, yo. Damn, that's crazy. I can't believe after today I can never play this again. Coffee nut during No Nut November. What the fuck is this?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful
Memory,
Stanley
sweet
Parable
memory.
was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013
Yeah, look at it.
when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
I remember before it was even a full game. Aw, look at it. Cute. Christopher Hayden. Our first kiss, my first car, the release of the Stanley Parable in 2013. In loving memory. Smile because it happened. A trip down memory lane. It's me first dollar. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. New video game releasing today. Look, it's that ending I got.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every
Narrator cute,
game
not gonna
ever
lie.
created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And
Persona
now
3 mentioned.
it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Why is this just the portal room? Aperture Science. Oh, y'all, I'm one of these days I'm gonna play Portal 2 on stream. The only reason not Portal 1 is I just don't own it. But I do own Portal 2. I'll probably end up doing a single player and a multiplayer duos. Oh, dude, it's me. Stream at some point. The original remake.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Right. It's crazy. What's crazy about Portal 2 is I actually feel dated when I say this, but I remember when the co-op for Portal 2 released, and it was such a great day for me because all my little favorite YouTubers at the time were doing collabs with like various other YouTubers I liked at the time. It was great. It was great. I forget who was duoed up now, but I was so hype. I was so hype about it. Like, so you just had like my like group of YouTubers all like collabing with each other playing the Portal 2 co-op. I was like 11, 12, best day of my life. Let me see. When did this actually come out? Portal 2 wiki. Yeah, I was like 11. Release. Officially announced 2011, I think it said. Because I'm pretty sure it did, I forget if the co-op came out after the single player. I can't remember. April 2011. Yeah, I was 11 then. Copycat treatment, what? Campaign. Okay, yeah, it did come out after the fact. Additional content. Oh yeah, a new cooperative campaign, October 2011. Atlas and Peabody. Yep. That's what I thought, because I'm pretty sure it came out like after the fact of the main part of the game. But yeah, the fact that I was there in 2011 when that game released is crazy to me. The serious room. These boxers are in the way. Do I go back through this?
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Yeah, man.
But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
I thought it was the same time, not sure. Yeah, I couldn't remember, but according to Wikipedia, It was separate. So, there you go. But it was like still same year,
no.
so...
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam,
Oh.
the online video game distributor.
Oh,
I
God.
haven't looked at these in years.
Oh,
I can't
gosh.
even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Yeah, I reckon not. Oh, God.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
This is a paid fake review. Here we go. Can't read what it says, but it looks positive.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Aw, it's okay, Mr. Narrator. You're doing your best or something.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
9.8 hours on record, though. I wasn't looking at any of the other ones, but you know, that's a long time to spend on a game that like you would... I've only been playing for 2 hours and I can understand what the game is like. Like you could have stopped and gotten your refund after like an hour.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think...
Because like that one might be like these might be like fake reviews or whatever. But I can definitely see people having these same opinions.
we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I don't know. I thought it was going to be a boat, and I was like, oh my god, it's Zero
And
Escape.
here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245.
that the logic
Don't
of
change
elimination
yourself
working
for them,
backwards,
period.
the deduction
Who skips the
therefore becomes
narrator? He's the
impossible
second
to
best part of the game.
manufacture. It went
Definitely not
on
me. I
for
would never do
nearly
that. And I've never done that
10,000
before.
years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only
there's
thing
people
there is.
playing a
How
game
many
for
billions
thousands of
left
hours and
until
still leave a
so much
negative
more
review?
than
That's
forever
crazy.
ago? Which is why I say... the story.
Like, if you hate
and
the game so
choices,
much, why
or what
have you played it for
and
that
therefore,
long?
by becoming it is. So on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end
think he's
of
looping
time.
now.
At which time, everything all at once. So, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, no, until
I'm sorry, I think it is
245. That the
looping.
logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you.
Yeah, we
and
have to
therefore,
skip
by
it.
becoming
He's
it
just
is.
looping.
So on and so forth, until...
I know, right?
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me
I was
to
also
deliver a
hoping he was gonna
long,
let me.
rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once, that you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around.
I'm
and
sorry,
slap
I
a
stopped
treatise
listening for a
label on this
second.
one.
What happened?
I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it.
Am I
But
supposed to
wouldn't
skip
you
him
say
again?
that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history. if you will.
What did I miss?
See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay,
You're the
look,
one talking.
I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations.
He's been talking
All right,
about
here
erecting
we go.
non-choices.
Treatise,
Erection?
manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial, Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
This entire portion of the game will be hilarious for future players who don't play this on Steam. What's funny is, like, when this version of the game came out, I'm pretty sure was released on other platforms too. So really it is just him complaining for no reason. What am I doing? Sorry. Is there a way out of, can I leave? Why are you not saying anything? Do I skip again?
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall?
Aren't you writing the story just right in a
that
door?
you
What do
could
you mean?
say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to
I'm arguing
leave?
with you. You can't even hear me.
Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment.
I can't
and I'm
ram into
going to
it.
try to find us a door.
Okay.
I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
I mean, like, how long do you think he's gonna take? You know? I mean, Steam reviews are indeed terrible, but at the same time, it's still the best user reviewer system I've ever seen compared to other platforms. You know, I believe that. I believe that. It's like the best of the worst. I fear, you know, I'm gonna have to. I mean, what else am I... He's gonna take too long. He's gonna take too long, unfortunately. Sorry, Pookie.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone, and that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here. And surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship.
Bro.
Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety, that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, 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 I know you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews.
Listen, it just
Those
looped.
reviews that I couldn't
He
get
didn't
out of
even
my
finish
head.
what
I
he was
just couldn't
saying.
ignore the
Listen, I'm
negative
sorry,
feedback.
Pookie.
Why
I
was
love
it
you,
so
but
important
I
for-
can't listen to that whole speech
Oh,
again.
Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll
He
give
just
it
wants
all
someone
up.
to talk to,
I'll
and it's
give up
sad.
every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe,
Bro just needs to
Stanley,
become a
maybe
streamer,
if
for
you
real.
can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps. Yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges
I
of
wish
my
I was
reality
fiction.
curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it. To think of returning to such coldness.
Listen, I'm not going to
Come,
press the skip button until
let
you
us
start
sit in
looping again.
silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
Is this when I should press the button? I'm sorry, I'll see you in about 1 year, I reckon. It's either gonna go to like a month, or 2 months, or a year, I think.
Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously.
You know, I like when he yaps because I get to eat the
by
dinner that I didn't
I could
eat
do
earlier.
nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far
My
less.
chicken
You see,
nuggies.
it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment, and I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible, the spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid, as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
Bruh. Damn, narrator is vengeful. Real. Damn. Hello? Pookie? Pookie is missing. Ah, my ears, bro.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people. Because
You know, I thought I was a
without our
mega yapper
entertainment, we
until I
have
met this
nothing.
guy.
Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think. To feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amuse them endlessly from start to finish.
Jeez.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human...
And I finished my food. So, it's a good time for me. Pookie? Hello. Oh, that was the button. Retract. Or, no. Going back out. Unretracting, even. Hello?
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Like, why'd the lights go out? Like, who stopped paying for the electric bill? Okay, he's totally broken out. Yeah, he's gone insane at this point. Dude, it's, you know what? It is giving Portal right now. How long have I been here? What happened to the wall, bro? Well, I mean, I guess the ceiling collapse would probably do that. Huh. Oh, dude, my My ladder. It's rough out here. And like the fence is half gone. Oof. Well. You even doomed me. Listen, he might be like trapped here for the actual years, but like I'm doomed to just press this button and be frozen over and over again. Freedom! It's daytime! This is literally how I felt playing Portal 2. I'm like, ah, the sun! Grab that bar. Grab the bar. Oh my god, we got like a whole... We have like an ecosystem. I got that ecosystem in my system. Huh. Oh. No. What happened? What happened? It was so nice. And now it's... Who did this? Who like dumped dirt on my plants? What the fuck? It was almost nice for a little bit. How long have you been skipping? I don't know. I joined to the Fanta in my system eco-friendly edition. Oopsies. Oh, hello? Why is this suddenly like a horror game right now? Oh, hell no, bro. What is that? Niggers, you gotta help. We're trapped in here with the skip button. It's tormenting us. And my only friend is... Oh. Oh no, the button. Oh no. Oh no. Oh! Oh my god. Hello? What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello? At least I'm safe inside my mind. Oh, what the fuck? Guess let's just walk this way. All this over a Steam review. You know, this is how the butterfly effect takes its hold. One thing can change everything. Oh wow. To see
Someone
my
was
office
following
again.
Stanley. He was sure of it.
Huh?
If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Huh? Huh? I'm scared. New content. Oh, okay.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
I did.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
What about that person that was following me? What was that about? I mean, listen, the last time I got this new content, I was trapped in a cube for who knows how long while you became a very vengeful spirit, mind you. Okay.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
Right.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark.
and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. The end
Yes,
is never
you
the
see,
end
isn't this
again.
far superior to a measly re-release with a few
too
minor
sad.
additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Oh. Taste the sequel. Okay.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and
Yo,
innovation
thanks for
and
dropping me those
long-term
links.
franchising potential.
Oh my gosh, wow, look at this. The color red. Leverage, holistic value. They're back. 2 doors. The Stanley Parable 2. Oh wow.
Now,
Oh
to be
wow.
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
100%.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Portal 2, Half-Life 2. Listen, we were just talking about Portal 2. Portal 2 is a banger. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. Here, wait. Should I... New features. When I came out and I saw just the N, I was like, Netflix? Because unfortunately, they have taken the market for just red N's on black backgrounds. Or like on any background, really. Oh, so that's a cardboard cutout. I was like, there's a person? Oh.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Oh, they got a merch booth. The end is never the end again. This t-shirt is the best new feature, too. Wow, what merch you trying to cop at the merch booth? New feature, bucket. Reassurance bucket. Ooh, that sounds nice. Please no screenshots. The Stanley Parable 2. Where should we go first? There's so much. Dude, they have a jump circle here? And the infinite hole? The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Oh, sorry, I didn't even look at. Wow, a whole new office. Oh my god, no, 999. Oh my god, oh my god. Red is the new orange. The updated ray traced more of the same, but in a good way. Sequel, the new features, new content, new ideas. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. Shween shaders. The baby is all grown up. Hear your name in the game. Exclusive, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Dude, do you think they're gonna say my name?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself,
What do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Okay. Yeah, let me hear it.
Jim.
Oh.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Oh.
But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience
Really
of
was
this
hoping
feature.
it was going to say
Just
Cryptid
play
Luna.
along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind,
Or
forget
dox me, I
whoever
don't know.
you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim,
my God.
sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim
Mom, he's
watching your
yapping
dreams crumble
again.
into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Yeah.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Hi, I'm Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the
If
money.
it did say Luna, I don't
Let's
know.
take
I
a
feel
break
like, you know,
from
I
the
would
Jim
feel that
button.
way. I
I'm
would.
too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
Aww.
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Oh. Damn, he even no-clipped that shit. Oh, the doors are open again. Okay, good. I really wanted that to say my name, bro. I just couldn't get into that headspace that I'm Jim. I'm sorry.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
I want to do the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
But it's not
It's
there.
the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's
Oh, there it is.
true.
There it is.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Well, I'm trying.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already
Despair?
be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Excuse me?
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
All right, thanks, man.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Free, new, plus easy achievement. Okay. Oh, exit. I don't want to go to the exit. Infinite hole. It won't end. I don't know if I should go in there just yet. Free achievement. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Alright, well, I'll try
Now,
it.
here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Yes.
Right.
You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist.
Oh, fuck you.
Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Just change your name to Jim, but I don't like Jim. We'll go. Yeah, we can go to the whole right after this. Finished Parrot's video, and the compass in the chest has me screaming, "Dean, come home, bro." Don't even talk to me about that video. Whack. Alright, let's go, Bucket. This shit's fucking lame.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Oh, the hole. We're going to the hole. Opening. Rim. Depth. Infinite. Surrounding area. Infinity. Infinite hole chart.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's
What?
never been done before in a video game.
What?
This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
This store's not. It's not gonna shut on me, right? Why did it suddenly get a roof? Yeah. Surely you don't want me to jump in this hole, bro. Should I jump in there? Should I do the other things I want to do before I jump in the infinity hole? I got 25 minutes left of it. I don't know how much more damage it can do. I mean, we'll see what happens. To be honest, I forget where things happen, so. Wait, is that a picture of me? Dear? Do it. What the? Oh, dude, they got the jumps. Oh, but I don't have any jumps left. Fuck.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Aw, you're not gonna give me more? You guys told me to do it. Now I don't have any jumps for Stanley Parable 2. Well, and there was a thing that I didn't go over here. The button that says Jim. You heard Jim in the game. Wait, they changed it. That's Jim. Dude, that's Gene in them. Epilogue. Oh. Settings, world champion, infinite hole for achievement. Okay, let's go up this way. I can't even go in here. Bath. Bro, I can't believe I can't even go in the jump circle. This is the worst. Double scam. What's it over here? Oh, right here. 2.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration.
like balloons, but I'm undecided on get well someday and happy 12th birthday. Which would you go with?
What, oh. Get well someday or happy 12th birthday stepniece goes crazy. I'm voting for a happy 12th birthday stepniece. What are y'all thinking? Like, get well someday is, like, kind of funny. But, oh my god. I love getting, like, people weird cards. So it's like, say it's your birthday. It'll be like... Or here, a better example is one that I actually did for my dad. It was, I think it was for Father's Day. And I was... it was like some, like, to a special boy on his birthday. Like, happy 5th birthday. Like, what? Something stupid like that. And I don't know why. To me, that's funny. Like, it's your birthday and I get you, like, congratulations on graduating. I just think it's silly because, like, it's not about what's on the card, bro. It's about the words that you write in the card. You know what I mean? I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not, but, like, you know. This one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get well someday,
Yeah.
it is.
Whack. But that is true. I wanted happy 12th birthday, stepniece. Bruh, this game's fucking rigged. Ah,
Well,
my
actually,
eyes.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay, let's go see the infinite hole. I'm ready to jump in. I know there was that other room, but it's fine. I'm hoping we'll not actually die. Okay. The blue one is more flashy. I find it funny. Thank you. All right.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One
Okay,
of
but
my
how do
more
I get out?
ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Oh, wow, this is epic.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe
Why?
do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum.
I
of
just don't
things.
enjoy it.
Okay,
Trust,
Stanley,
it's just
I
a
don't
hole.
know
I know
quite
you
how
can
to say
just
this
wait.
tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
You think I'm gonna
I
die,
don't want
you
anyone to
guys?
say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole.
Oh my god, we
You
did it.
found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
It's okay.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Triple scam. Listen, he can't help it. Listen, we can just call it like a really deep hole. Oh my god, I have to stretch. Ugh. Do you think he's gonna say anything? I don't think so. Should I go back up to the surface? Wanna try again?
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
It did. Look how
I couldn't help
big
but
the hole.
feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite.
Yeah, look it.
Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
Huh.
Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is.
Huh?
The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working?
It's not.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing?
No.
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye,
What?
Stanley.
What?
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone.
No, I'm like a
You
sim
get to
trapped
be
in a
with the
pool,
hole,
but there's no
I get
water.
to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
I do wish I had jumps. Pookie, come back. You know, at least I have my bucket. Oh. Oh. Dude, there I am. What the fuck is this? Look at me in my bucket. Oh my god. Change your perception. What is this? What does this mean?
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of my
What the fuck is happening right now?
My head's stronger.
Oh. Yo. Why he's kind of cute in this one.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
Oh,
Oh,
hey.
good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
Hey,
Because
man.
this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
That was wild. Hey, I'm back.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Jeez, bro. I don't know if I liked the whole. I love the hole. Oh my gosh. Can you find them?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Collect them all. Can you find them?
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Did we see office decorations? I think we've seen everything, guys. Yeah, I think. Wait. Are these the office decorations? Or is it this over here? Either way, you know, I think we've seen everything. I think we can go to the exit. Did you see the epilogue? It was like these stairs. It literally just was a wall that said epilogue, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Semicolon. You are here. I actually don't understand how maps work, to be honest. Is it this? Oh no, this was the this. Gym. We sure that's not something? Why is it like that? See, oh, like this.
An epilogue would be
Oh,
fun,
there
wouldn't
we
it,
go.
Stanley?
I didn't walk up to it, though.
Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay, well, there we go. Wait, sorry, did that say... They changed it to mostly infinite hole. Quadruple scam. And we can't even go in this room. Yeah, and then I went over there, went for the achievement. Just went over there. What if I go in 6 times? Wait, now I just gotta try it just to see. Oh no, there's nothing in there. I'm just gonna get lost in the void. And I don't want to be lost in the void.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah, I think I've seen everything I can see.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Yup, Akers. I told you, I was like, you're gonna be feeling a lot different at the end of that episode.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of...
I mean,
okay,
what the fuck? What is this?
Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we
Parrot
go.
X2, he's
two.
a Minecraft YouTuber who makes these, like, Minecraft movies.
Who am I kidding, Stanley?
And I be getting all my friends
This
in on
isn't a
it.
coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags.
The jump
and
circle.
I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to
You'll
create
see my
a sequel
emotions
that
in the
would capture
group
all
chat.
the
Oh my
magic of the
God.
first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
Yeah, they're literally, like, really long, 3 to 4 hours. And it be getting crazy. It really do. For, like, some Minecraft RP, it be getting wild. It's worth it. Also, Icarus, Pidgey would be so jealous that you have that sub thingy. That September badge. Because he wants it. Because it looks like a little guy. Pidgey loves that so much. You can jump in at any point, but to start at the beginning is so recommended. Yeah, like, you could start at any thing, but go to his channel and click the Unstable Universe playlist. Don't click the movie one, because I feel like that one was, like, out of order or whatever. The Unstable Universe one. That's what you want to do. Watch all of them. They're really good. Parrot X2. Icarus, if you want, you can post the playlist link in Discord. In like media and my channel. And then everybody can just grab it from there. I highly recommend watching Parrot. He's good. If you like Minecraft roleplay shit. Thanks, Booksters.
Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh, wow. The Stanley Parable 2. Okay. Begin the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Hello, no class.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly.
It's me. Yeah, Black Blue mentioned it not too long ago, and then I realized that my sister already had the game and we family share, so I was like, oh shit, let me play it then. And yeah, we just were doing the new content one, the original one where you're stuck in the room and you have to do the skips. And then we were doing the Stanley Parable 2 right now.
For this job, and Stanley
It was fate.
was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions,
Look, the balloons
call
are
a
there.
meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Have fun. I got like 20 minutes left. Oh my god,
All
look
of
at
his
my
co-workers
welcome.
were gone.
Get well
What
someday
did it mean?
balloons.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, my bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Let's fucking go. My bucket. My bucket. My bucket. I feel like this wasn't here before. Let me in the weed room. Meow. Ow, my back. Oh.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Guys, what do we do? Left or right? Legit, the bucket is the best feature of the game, hands down. The bucket is all new content from the Ultra Deluxe Edition, right? Yeah. Ultra Deluxe Edition brought us this bucket. It's really good. 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 It's really good We have to stand. Oh my god, sorry, I'm yawning. Ah. Right? We're gonna break the rules. Right door, I mean. We're gonna break the rules.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
They're gonna blame my bucket and take him away.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
No, if
How
we...
insightful the bucket turned out to be.
If we rebel, they're gonna take my bucket away. Is it worth it, guys? Is it worth it?
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right. Then walking to the lounge. Then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
I don't want to lose my bucket.
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home. But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
I could again. What do I do? Down the lift? We did go down before, but I don't know if it'd be different now. Do we do it normal? Or should we go to the meeting room or lift? Down the lift? I don't know. The bucket makes everything new. But he's gonna take my bucket away if I don't listen to him. Don't you think?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
He's not the boss of you? Yeah, we say that, but he's gonna steal my boy. Bucket.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
Feel what?
The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
Huh?
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No!
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet.
No, it's mine.
That's what the broom closet is trying to say.
No!
Here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
No!
Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
It's
Up to
mine.
a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the
It's my
boss's
bucket.
office.
The bathroom's open.
You found one of them.
Oh my
One
god!
of the miniature Stanley figurines.
Oh my
Remember,
god!
no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Dude, I'm embracing it. It feels good. Damn, how many of these have I probably missed? Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Wow, I love that. I love that. I really do. Thank you, love. Thank you. And what is this? I don't know.
Stepping into his
Schmookums,
manager's
say your
office,
speech. I
Stanley
won't
was once
interrupt you
again
this time.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Another one.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Purr. Okay. Stanley.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
A potato.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
It's just the fact that he had to record these lines basically twice, but one of them including a bucket.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently,
What was our
reassuring
number?
it that
I already
everything
forgot.
would be fine.
Had a 2 in it somewhere. Four 427. Wait, there I am. Right there. Is that my office?
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
No.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Chris. What? Oh.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His
Into
own
it?
life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
Ooh,
Two
y'all.
best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
There's numbered buttons. Wait, we have 1, 2. I already forgot where 3 was. 3. Where's 4 though? Because 5's right there. Where's 4? Damn, bro. Like, it would be close by, right? Am I tripping? Yeah, Bucky, you tell him, ooh, stretch. Bro, I'm about to stand for a second. Where's this 4 button? Bro, my spine. Sorry. Because here's 3, right? And then 5 is right there. So, like, theoretically, 4 should be like... Oh, Jesus Christ. I fell in the hole. That was actually scary. My heart jumped. Is it up here? How do I get up there? There's stairs? Here? Oh, no. Eh? I can't see shit. Can I just not go up right now? Because look, there's a button up there. Can you see? I can't get up there, right? Because the stairs are blocked off? I can't, it's so dark. I doubt you guys can see it any better than me. But I mean, the stairs look blocked, so I don't think I can. But that just makes me confused. See? Right there. How do I go up there? Because I just can't. I'm washed.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Guys, should I press on or off? Do we wanna turn it on or off? Not too you saying on. Y'all are evil. Oh my gosh.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
Yeah, the bucket did it. It wasn't
Had this been
me.
the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Wow. What did we think of that one, you guys?
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Meeting today in the meeting room.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Is there a meeting today? How can we find them? Bottom text. What we know, small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There are no memos from management. How can you tell you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? I've seen that one in the bathroom. Follow clues provided by employee 416. We can do it. Red room? Figlies. Thank you. Good luck. Can somebody remember these? To whom it may concern, I managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambiance or local audio sources using an array of cardioid microphones, also known as directional mic. Analysis of the recordings allowed me to triangulate the sources of the strange noises. Data shows that in all likelihood it's coming from the dark area behind a very warm place. I also picked up what looks like reverberance off a porcelain surface. Anyone have any leads on this? Wouldn't you like to know? There will be a reward for finding them all. Oh. Large. Oh, wait. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Is this actually checked off from the ones that I get? So that means I have the inside of a sequel exhibit, which is like the first one you get. Nearby a fireplace. A private but smelly place. Okay, so we need a large room, lots of boxes. Y'all know where that is? Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Ooh, I wonder we go downstairs. Somewhere both red and blue. Purple, maybe? Lies. The intrinsic value of finding them is all the reward you need. There will be cleaning of this wall required. Who are you? I want them so much. I want to go home. Stop kidding yourselves. Lies. Who are you? 666. Lol. Okay, we need to find these. Lol looks like 427. Haha. Why are they laughing at me? Large room. I finished the video. Send help. Are you feeling a type of way? Okay, let's go downstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I knew it.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Well, they call them Figlies, so.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished?
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it calling to him.
Still, like,
Stanley!
work.
Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Bucket?
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing
Wait, did
by
I throw
one
the
bucket after
What
the
happened?
next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to
Bucket?
return to
Oh
his
my
old
God.
friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
What?
It was incredibly painful.
What?
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Oh. Am I giving birth to it?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Y'all.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Y'all, people who know this game, how much is like left? Like, is there a lot still? I'm getting a little sleepy-eepy. Figurine Finders Committee. Give me your book.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
I want to find the figurines, though. Does it just save, or because like I wanna find the rest of the figurines, but I'm eepy. The bucket basically doubles the size of the game. It should save. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot more content. Okay. I just wanted to know if there was like enough to do another stream with. Or if I should push through. You know. But if there's more, then I'm glad. Yippee! Probably 2-3 more streams. Okay. Okay, swag. No real. Okay. That's good. I was like, okay, I can end knowing that I can play it again. Okay, let me switch y'all to the ending soon screen. And give you love at beats. Let's see. Who's live right now? Who can we raid? Or if anybody has somebody that they want to raid or suggest, let me know. Let's raid. Oh, I do have someone. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, wait, I already follow them. I'll raid. Alright. Stick around for the raid. Give some love to some other people. Have I mentioned them before? Yeah, I think you did. I think you did. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next stream will be tomorrow with, I don't know. You'll find out when I do. But until next time, hit that follow button and take care of yourselves. And I'll see ya. Oh boy, bye.